This is one of those stories that I am absolutely loving. You know, I keep telling guys I do CTA for me first.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that I'm relating with, learning as well. And it's funny, through your life experience, the things I can learn that may have, like that's St. Mary's stories. There's just stuff that you've made me always realize I need to be conscious about who the minority in the room is.
Exactly.
As usual, I've got to give a big up to Sarova. Now you see why I love shooting this place.
Yes.
The intimacy,
and the staff, I think, when I arrived, they were so kind. And so I remember, like, she asked me at the front desk, how are you? And I was like, I'm sleepy. She's like, oh, pole sana.
You're actually right. Let me show you how amazing they are. They're just like, I was like, Adele wants to come in early. Us guys will come a bit later. No, don't worry, done.
Yes, and they made it very easy for my team and I. So
Adele was coming like we're in radio, but now coming here at 7 a.m., guys. What are those?
To get ready. Hey.
Okay, but I fully understand.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with this story. Let's talk about now the transition from St. Mary's to
USIU.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So Saints, I finished Saints still knowing that I want to do now I know I want to do public relations.
Did you do well?
Yeah, I did well, but not. Again, as I told you, I'm not bottom of the class. Neither am I top three. I'm just passing. Enough, I'm passing. You know.
Yeah.
So I did well, and I think the good thing about Saints is that, about IB, is that it wasn't like the traditional 844. It's nothing like that. So it's projects, it's presentations, it's your community hours, action hours, service hours. So I think they see you as adults and a full human. So it's not only exams and books.
I get it.
There's a lot more. So it allows space for people like me who aren't cramming to flourish as well.
Also, the school environment, from a positive side, prepares you for university.
Yes.
You're allowed to leave school.
Yeah.
You know.
There was moments in IB2, my best friend and I only used to come to school for games on Thursdays.
What?
Yeah. Like me, I'd come with the bus in the morning. Thank God my mom is not alive to hear this. I'd come with the bus in the morning. She lived in Kile. I'd come off the bus, then I bounce. I go to Kile, her house, we chill. We come back to school at 2, in time for games. At 4, I'm on the bus going back to Langata.
What?
Yeah, because now there was, especially towards the end, you're really just working on your projects and whatever, and you're in control of your time.
I get it.
So that's what I'm saying. As we enjoyment the first year, then it hit us in the second year.
What are we doing?
And because you're in charge of your time, nobody's there saying, hey, no. You're just told, actually, if you haven't given in these projects, you can't do this exam.
Oh.
So you have to do the project.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so USIU, let's talk. So you said you were sure now that you wanted to do public relations.
Yes. So even before I went to USIU, so I knew I was going to do public relations. But I knew it would be under the banner of journalism. So then the unis I was told were good at the time was USIU and Daystar for journalism. When the Daystar application arrived and the USIU application arrived, the Daystar one was thick, like I don't know how. At the time they wanted like testimonials or something something written from a priest or whatever. I was like, what? Which one? Which one is that? And I still remember, it was 4 pages. My decision was made. I was just like, yeah, this is where I'm going. But beforehand, so at that time, my mom was like, through IB, my mom now had transitioned from Agricultural Finance Corporation, and she was still, the cancer was still on and off. All right, so it comes, we treat it, blah, blah, blah. Then chemo, radio, for 3 years, she's on a drug, I think, called tamoxifen. Then we say, yay, it's gone. Then it comes back. So she was going through that, and that impacted her in a way that she wanted to help other women who were battling breast cancer. So I'm not sure how it happened, because I was still too young, because I know she didn't create this organization. It was there, but she joined it and then ended up now heading it, which was the Kenya Breast Health KBHP program, Kenya Breast Health Program. And so they would do awareness events, fundraising events. Literally, they were an NGO, right? And she was running it with another lady who's amazing. Her name is Anne Mingi. And so I used to volunteer with my friends. Even in Saints, people always knew I was a chick who I was constantly selling pink ribbons, right? Because that was their way of all year getting funds. So around that time when I was in Saints, she had like a charity, a concert. At that time, I was so smitten by Lovi Longomba. So my mom was bringing Yvonne Chaka Chaka for this thing.
Whoa!
So I told her, listen, I know the people who should open. I don't know them personally,
but I know
I like one. It's kind of cute. I really campaigned. I was Longombas. And you know, they ended up being in you know, at that concert, performing at that concert.
Yvonne Chaka Chaka?
Yvonne Chaka Chaka as well. Yvonne Chaka Chaka and my mom were very good friends. She even came to our shags for my mom's funeral.
What?
Yes. And so...
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
For a while we could WhatsApp, but I'm very aware that that was my mom's friend,
yes,
not mine. So I would never take advantage of that kind of relationship, you know. But yeah, so around that time, I was really involved in breast cancer awareness. So when I left...
Did you get knowledgeable about it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, you know, even I gathered so many aunties during that time because they were women who, when they came to Nairobi for treatment, because at that time, and I'm pretty sure now it's, okay, slightly better, but it's still lacking in terms of our healthcare.
Yes.
They would have to come to Nairobi to get, say, chemo or radio, and they would only have enough money for the actual treatment. So they used to stay with us. And so at that time, so now I was very sensitized to all of that process.
Healthcare, taking care of them.
Yes.
Understanding the struggles.
Understanding the struggles. And I used to do awareness talks with my mom, or even with, well, basically under the umbrella of the organization.
I get it.
So we'd go to campuses, teach people how to do their breast self-examination. How do you do it? Your 3 fingers. What does a lump feel like? You know.
Just like, can you quickly tell somebody in case they're watching?
Oh yeah,
like what happens?
Okay.
Look,
I'm going into the demonstration. Then I'll keep my chat on. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But it's so basically you need to do your breast self-examination and to know your breast. And I remember my mom even saying, and I used to cringe all the time. She used to say, breasts are not sexual organs. We're the ones who have sexualized them, which is true. And because of that, when women go into hospitals and they say they have certain symptoms, yes, we do have rogue doctors, but if a doctor say, hey, now I need to do your clinical breast exam, you're like, I came in for a headache, this guy now wants to touch my boobs. You know, you're a bit apprehensive, understandably. So what happens is, because we don't have open conversations, even around sex, even around our bodies changes, one, we'll be apprehensive when someone wants to do the clinical breast exam. 2, we don't even know our breast, so we don't know when something is wrong or different.
Yeah.
So we don't know when there's dimpling, we don't know, because we just don't look. It's just like, I'm not meant to look at my body. And it's really linked to a lot of things that culturally we do that are harmful. And so, you know, one is to know your body, including your breast. To know what dimpling looks like. Dimpling is like the peel of an orange peel. So when that starts to show, that's different. It doesn't mean you definitely have cancer. It's just that there's something different. I need to report this to a medical practitioner. Then you do your breast self-exams. Depending on your age, it depends when you should do it. And also there's technicalities. I don't want to say it because I used to get that wrong, as to when in your menstrual cycle you should do your breast self-exam, because there's a point in it where your breasts are naturally lumpy. So you might feel so many lumps and just collapse, but it's a natural thing is happening.
Or even if, for example, you're breastfeeding, it's different.
Yeah, it's so there are things that will make your breasts change,
yes,
right? So there's a particular time, and I'd urge people to kind of read up. At least now there's more information even online on when to do your breast self-exam by yourself, right? So that's one. That is important for you to identify things early, so that you then go and see a practitioner. In fact, at that time, KBHP, this organization, the tagline was early detection is the best prevention. So if you find it early enough, chances are it's cheaper when in terms of treatment.
Yep.
It's localized, it's not spread, things like that, you know. So we would go into universities, and now as we were like youth, we'd be talking to the youth guys.
Can I just throw this in, just because you brought up the conversation on breasts and breast cancer and all that. One of the people who I've interviewed on CTA is actually Doris Mayoli.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, we had such an amazing
I think I watched that actually. Yes. That was earlier,
I think last year.
Yes.
Doris Mayoli is actually a cancer survivor. And she's got an organization called Tukuza Trust.
With the concert.
Exactly. And the concert, the whole reason for the proceeds, you see all these women that you're talking about who can't afford to come into Nairobi, all that's what the... So she's the one who you're seeing on the screen right now. I strongly advise you to go and watch her CTA. It was incredible, her story. So I just wanted to throw that in because...
Definitely. So that was something similar that my mom was doing. So at this time, I'm volunteering there.
Okay.
And by the way, it's not that you're the head's daughter, so you're getting...
special treatment.
One, we're looking for sponsorship for we used to have a breast cancer walk. You're looking for sponsorship for the walk. So you're delivering letters in industrial area. I even know in there how the streets are in alphabetic order.
Yes.
And how the sun in industrial area is different from the sun outside because it's just here chilling with you as you're walking. So there's no for emails.
Yes.
Because yes, there are emails and you can send.
But this is more
But
impactful.
back then, people are not really looking at. And then when you're asking for money, please, I just send an email and chill. You wait forever. So you go there with a letter, and then they sign, they've received it, blah, blah, blah. It's a letter you're asking for sponsorship. Airport North Road, old Airport Road side.
Yeah.
You're going there to offices to ask for sponsorship. And those were the jobs that we were doing.
I love it. So you are tamaking. Like you are trekking.
And your allowance is 1,500 a week. That's 6 G's in a month. My mom, we're leaving the same house. We're going to the same office. Figure out your transport, please. Please figure out your transport. So because the offices were in Langata, I used to walk. Because I'm like, it means at the end of the week, I've not touched my allowance. Yeah. You know? Then you stay late, pretending you're working, so that now it's too late for you to walk. So she leaves. At least you catch a ride with her.
So is this during your gap year or before USIU? This is during USIU the whole time?
This before USIU.
No, sorry. Is this during St. Mary's or immediate or slightly after?
Leaving Saints and then after.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I'm in that space, then because I want to do PR, my mom is like, I have a friend, she has a PR firm. You can go and do like an internship there to really know if this is truly what you want to do.
Oh man, how did I forget this story?
So then I go and work at Gina Dean.
Yes.